Okay, for those that were with us in the last match, we've just come. We're back into the pairs. Look, been working on that technical difficulties. We've trying a couple of different things, connecting through a stronger signal, changing out cameras a little bit. But as we alluded to before, we've got the pairs match between the Western Rogues of Ashley Close and Josh Studham versus the Pirates of Andrew Hill and
Adam Forbes.
Very close, mate. You're connected with at least three out of the four.
Yeah, actually connected to all four of them, actually. Andrew Hill played Prestige Medley pairs with him back in my country days, and even was a Champion of Champions combatant for Region 4. Josh Studham obviously been his teammate for the last 4 years at Holdfast Bay.
Yep.
Adam Forbes being my brother, doesn't get much closer than that, and had a fair bit of success in both our time in the Barossa round at Marion Bowling Club, and of course Ashley Close, who been playing with for 8 years, 4 at Marion, 4 at Holdfast Bay, and so got a lot of history personally with all of these guys, and can attest to them all being fantastic bowlers and people.
And for those that are familiar and those aren't familiar with Josh Studham, who's on the mat at the moment, multiple winner in under-18 events, probably one of our most successful under-18 campaigners, I suggest, in recent years.
Oh, absolutely. Also the youngest state singles champion in South Australian history, and also the reigning state pairs champion. So at just the tender age of 17, he's already set himself up as proving that not only is his future bright, but it's only going to get brighter again.
And a cracking lad to boot. Of course, he's paired up with Ashley Close, also seen success over the border quite north here, Queensland back in the day, and multiple events through the state. Yeah,
2010 Queensland Open singles champion. I think he was also the 2014 state singles champion and state pairs champion with Max Kleinig, who's playing the triples for the Rogues right now. And also won, I think it was the 2005 state metro singles and open singles, and just a very decorated player.
And of course likes pasta, red wine and slow dancing on the beach.
Yeah, also heard he's got a racketeering charge, but it's got nothing to do with tennis.
Yeah. So look, back into it. Look, the Western Rogues definitely proving that who plays together stays together. They've got multiples here. That's 3 going out already.
That's a big start. Big start for the Rogues.
Power play. Josh Studham's actually called him for a power play late in the game.
It's only expected from the youthful enthusiasm of Josh to call something big early. As we go to the comments, hello to Adrian Menzel, hello Ross McConnell and Damien Warner. What time is the singles? The singles is on right now. We have Simon Dorr representing the Pirates against Simon Gator Johnson for the Rogues. So we got.
He's down there measuring. I think that Josh is pretty confident. He's probably got an 8 here. Not bad considering it's only 6 bowls.
Yeah, he already texting someone.
Up there in the bank, signing autographs already. Remember, I alluded to in the first game, you've got the program there, $40 value with a $50 note.
Yeah, exactly. What value for money that is, only trumped by the Greek economy.
Yeah, well, of course, we need to be sensitive around that at the moment. Stuart fires over there now. Obviously, our thoughts out to all those affected by it. Very tragic indeed.
Yeah, very tragic. But as we go, it looks like the Rogues won the end. Not familiar with the number until they update
I think
the scoreboard.
there's a bit of a debate going on back there between the marker and about half a dozen people that have managed to include themselves in the game.
Yeah, everyone's...
Brady Slater, the coach, is laying back. He's pretty comfortable with whatever's going on, so I'm not too sure.
That's typically Brady's coaching style. Is a Sheffield Wednesday fan, so that's usually what they do, is just sit back, relax, and let the world come to them.
Well, look at unfortunate Sheffield Wednesday is not going to help him out here tonight.
No, certainly not.
I think that Studham and Close got it in hand up. Well, there we go. Yeah. That was actually a 6 on the first end.
6 on the first end.
They picked up a full boat.
A full boat. So
full boat on the first end.
The first full boat?
Without
a power play.
Without a power play.
So that's why Josh is wanting to call one right now. He thinks he can get a 12 right here. And with Ashley Close drawing a touch with his first, the confidence is high, and Adam Forbes responding in kind. It's difficult to call him by his full name instead of his nicknames, as I'm accustomed to.
Well, it's interesting, we're talking about, and yet again, the lead gets off with resting touch. We alluded in the triples that coming back towards the clubhouse may have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
Or not easier, but more comfortable for him. And at the end of the game, I did catch up with Adrian Green, and he suggested that, you're right, every second or third end the green speed was changing. So predominantly when they were going away from the clubhouse, that was when they were having to learn that new green, which then appeared in that head speed spread. But it seems to be holding, and that's obviously with the temperature dropping.
Yeah.
The green, he did say, is hanging. It is not taking the bias as it was early in the game. So the players, look, these guys are they're professional. They play enough bowls to adjust to that.
Oh, absolutely. They're the best of the best in every aspect. Damien Warner, will it be on video? Unfortunately not.
We're going straight to DVD on this one. It was going to go through cinemas.
Yeah, and Blockbuster are already closed, so we couldn't export it through them. No, unfortunately, there's during each round there will only be one featured game. This round's game will be the pairs. We will try to give running updates of the singles and triples, and of also the Comets and Knights game that's happening on the other side of the green.
Yeah. So Damien is the specific player that you're after. Look, there is a program out where we are going to try and capture each of the disciplines and each of the teams throughout the event. Now, look, that's bearing in mind that same player's picked in the same discipline.
Yeah.
The coaches are the only ones that can have a bearing on that, but we will endeavour to try and get as many of the players featured front and centre. We understand there's people at distance that want to see relatives, loved ones, kids, so whoever playing in it. We will try, but can't promise anything.
Yeah. There's no guarantees that you'll get the person that you want to see on the marquee game, but if you want to see them, everyone's welcome to come down and watch it live, where you'll get even better theatrics than what you can expect from the live stream. This is for those that are unable to make it, obviously. But yeah, obviously, as TJ emphasised, we'll be endeavouring to showcase all the disciplines and as many players as humanly possible. And also, like, availability and who's rotated from each team comes into play as well. So
just out of interest, the boys picking off in the second end, similar to where they finished in the first, where they're actually holding the four. There's a bit of pressure straight onto Andrew Hill. Got a bit of stuff to sit on there, but I think he's going to thread that.
Yeah, Hilly's just bending in and well.
I reckon he's got that. I reckon he's got it. Very, very good pressure bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Adam Forbes, 3 bowls altogether, but the jack got skidded off the line and just rendered all 3 of them relatively useless in this situation. Ordinarily, it'd be a great start, but
Josh must like it.
Josh is liking this. Tell you what, this kid, he can play, and he's
down the last.
To think he's only 17, it's absolutely scary what he can do.
Interesting, we're talking about what games you can film. Look, on Wednesday when I do the live stream show, we announce the teams. We actually announce on the show, and we did on Wednesday, what we're going to be filming. So look, really it comes at no surprise what we're actually watching.
Yeah,
So yeah, look, in reality, if you want to know, you want to prepare, we have announced the teams. We do on the Wednesday. On Wednesday, you should know who we're going to be filming on either the Friday or the Sunday. We have double headers on Sundays.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a lot of bowls being featured. May not be the one you're after, but unfortunately, there's 60 plus bowlers that are competing in this, and it's going to be difficult to get them all a bit of screen time.
Closey's actually liking that one. Unfortunately, no more bullets left.
Max Kalani with an absolute bomb in the triples. Andrew Hill with a
that was very unlucky indeed.
That was a clutch bowl, considering he was staring the barrel possibly 4-5 down again. So to get what I believe is second wood, that's a huge bowl under pressure. You can accept sort of dropping a shot when that's the result in the end.
It looks like we're reverting to one camera.
Yeah, we have a few backup measures in case the connection dies off a bit. So we're dropping to one camera to hopefully improve the stability of the connection, and as a result, there will be a bit of extra movement. No running feeds, but you will get the bird's eye view of the head, which is arguably the most important aspect.
Exactly right.
Simon Gator Johnson trailing Jack for at least shot, was down 2. Currently the score is 2-1 Simon's way, or rather Gator Johnson's way over Simon Dorr.
Two Simons.
Yeah, the battle of the Simons.
Simon and Simon.
Yes, Simon says it was a good shot. A very interesting game there. I mean, Dory, one of the most decorated players in South Australian history, against the reigning country singles champion. So you've got someone that's probably arguably fresh off a career best season versus someone that's been decorated for a long time. So a lot of possibilities out of that. And as we watch, they're playing some great bowls. It's almost a shame that's not the marquee one.
Yeah, look, unfortunately that whoever is the darts player of the darts board gets to select that, not us.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what, all the same, this will be an absolute cracking game that we've got right here, right now.
Absolutely. I mean, if I had to pick a game I wanted to watch the most, this is probably the one out of the entire event. And we're only in round 1, so that's saying something. Yeah,
well, it's interesting that I did call that on Wednesday, that this would probably be the game of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got four of the best players going around, two of which are country legends, and two of which are metropolitan legends in their own respects.
Yep.
And I think aside from Adam and Josh, they've all played their fair share of bowls together as well. So a bit of history. Adam and Andrew both are ex-Marion Hurricanes. Hilly was there the seldom one season, Adam there for 6. So Ashley's got the connection with them both there, and obviously a current teammate of Josh. So if it's not us providing the banter, you're assured that Closey's going to be doing it.
Well, you know, Ash on that last bowl proved that this is why you don't change hands. He's used his own bowl, he's promoted it. On a green like this, you know, that yard of weight, had he missed, he still would have been around the mark. Managed to promote his own bowl.
Yeah, fantastic
forcing obviously Adam to have a little bit of a look at that. But, you know, really not a lot of danger coming through, a bit of stuff to hit, stick.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing, you play enough weight, he's got his own balls to turn into, ruffle a few feathers, and should he be wide of that, it's a clear course to success. So, I personally wouldn't be shy of having a quick look at it.
And you know what the reality is, you know, with Josh getting on the mat, he's up one, obviously the closest bowl. But the fact of the matter is, it's not a solid one. It's actually it's not locked in. A lot of things, a lot of bowls to come, a lot of result can come out of this.
Yeah, I mean, you're holding one while the opposition have 3 seconds. You know something's going to be happening that's going to change the course of the end. And Josh playing very positive, turns Ashley up, gives him something behind. Preemptively predicting Hill to play aggressively.
Yeah, you'd almost suspect that he's going to come through that head at some speed. Wasn't you didn't need to be Nostradamus to predict that one.
Yeah, exactly. Playing firm, but playing fair, as we say.
Yep. And that's exactly what we're talking about. There's a lot of things in there, a lot of results can happen when you're through that head with those bowls just that yard forward off the head.
Yeah.
Something's always going to happen if you make contact.
Absolutely. A fortunate glide, but now resting on shot bowl with now 4 seconds.
Yep.
Unless
and
Josh...
I can tell you now, that is a good bowl out of luck.
Yeah.
As I said, yet again, coming away from the clubhouse, that green seems to be pulling up just that little bit.
Yeah,
coming
exactly.
back that way.
It does appear to be the end that has actually tested everyone in the first game going away from the club, and so to have the standard of head they're having up that end, a great look for those guys. Stacey Bella Thalborn, come on 4BC. That's a shout out to Adam Forbes, his nickname. You break down the nickname Forbesy, 4BC it is.
Yep.
Brett Baldy, the Bays.
And of course, Brent Forsyth, a friend of mine from Hobart. Hey TJ, what's the green speed? They look to be playing a tight line. Well, you're dead right, as we've said through the night, Brent. The green here appears just to slow down just that little bit as that temperature continues to cool down, it has tightened.
Yeah, if I had to give it a base speed to assume on, I'd say probably 14 seconds, if not slower.
It'll probably look. I would suggest if the green performs like it has for us, and we've played here at night in the past, it will probably come down to about a 12 by the end of the night. That's we've actually had a casualty over the other side of one white chair. Yet again, proving that you can't lean back half crouched on it's a three-legged chair now.
Yeah.
Let's just hope he's okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's his son Jackson.
No,
at least.
he's up. Well, it wasn't Jackson, thank God for that.
So, who was notorious for leaning on chairs earlier in the evening.
Earlier in the night, he's been told off on several occasions.
So, learned his lesson.
But the three-legged chair converter's up. He's shaking it off.
And finding something with a bit more stable footing.
He's walking with a limp, but no, he's got his beer back.
He didn't drop the beer, not a scare.
Didn't break his bong, he's right. Off we go.
Got my tips on the Mallee Pirates from Stacey Thelborn. Well, as it currently stands, not looking good for the Pirates. The Rogues up quite well on every single green.
Dave March failing to use SMS. He's locking in Southern Skins. So anyone that wants to play with him for Southern Skins, to lock it in now. Brett Baldy's certainly in.
That's a nice little bit of cross promotion he's getting in there.
Yeah, I like the way you went with that.
Yeah, what a better way to get someone for a tournament than on a Bowls live stream.
Just in case you're curious. Eight zips, 3 ends down.
I mean, considering they got the 6, it's only the 6 on the first end really blew it open. So you take that away, I guess you could say first end jitters again, like it was in the first game. And while the Pirates haven't got on the scoreboard yet, they've steadied the ship and are playing tighter bowls and not dropping numbers anymore.
Yeah, the fun thing about it, you're playing a pairs game, as we all know. If you're going to drop a big number, do it early.
Yeah.
18 ends seems like a long game, but I can tell you what, when you're still 6-shot deficit, you've only got 5 ends to go. You know, if you're not on it and around it, you're struggling every second end, as we've said before, going away from the clubhouse. That 6 shots could prove absolutely invaluable to the Western Rogues.
Absolutely, and also with 3-bowl pairs, you can play that. If you're the leader, you've got that third bowl to play the shot rather than just play as a lead with the 2 and walk concept. And people say it's a skips game, but if your lead's not on, you're making a mountain of an anthill.
Well, you're exactly right. You know, if you're getting on the mat, you know in yourself whether you're feeling or not. You know, every second bowl may be somewhere around the area, but you know you want to feel it. If you're a touch bowler, you want to touch that through that 12-18 inches. And we alluded to in the first game, some of the players have suggested that it's either draw or drive on this green tonight. So, and as Ash Close demonstrated, he was ditch weight through. So there's no 12-inch drag happening on this green on a deliberate on rig 1 anyway. We did see Wayne Rudiker absolutely drag one off, absolute cracking ball in his game.
Yeah, didn't he just? And that was this vintage Rudy through and through.
But you know, as we progress through this, we do have every second round is a Friday night. The players they'll become accustomed to the green.
Yeah,
they'll
exactly.
convert their game somewhat to it. And a superb lead in because, you know, the reality is I think there's a week between the end of this to when we go into our summer or the summer season.
Yeah, exactly.
For pennants.
So when round 1 of Premier League and all the other divisions kicks off, you know these guys are going to be primed and ready and already in full flight. Which if they're on your team is a great thing, but also daunting if you're going against them.
So Josh looking for that bowl, really, and of course, bang. When you're hot, you're absolutely hot.
Yeah, he's been on heat this last year and a half, I would say. You start with the state pairs and state singles, but also had a decent and deep run in the Australian Open and made the final of the Oz Open Juniors.
Yep.
Only to lose out to Jono Davis from I think it's Dubbo.
Dubbo, well, it's the Dubbo Railway.
Yeah, Dubbo Railway, and as having played Jono Davis in the Adelaide Masters, I know we can play.
Yeah, well, I actually think that was who we alluded to first, and one of the people that Craig Wills went late into the day playing against Jono Davis.
Yeah, exactly. Just watching Jono play, I've played against Josh many a time, and as he draws another shot, to think that Jono is probably the only junior better than Josh, that's saying something as a testament to his own ability. When you see Josh, breaking records in South Australia.
Now it's interesting that Salisbury had a reasonably successful year last year, promoted up to Prem 1 here in the South Australian or the Adelaide Metropolitan League. Someone alluded to me at training on Sunday here when I came out and watched the teams play, and obviously with my son playing for one of the teams. They mentioned that they're not going to be playing under this cover in the Prem 1.
No, I think what one of the big major things that's happened, there's been a bit of an exodus at one of the clubs, and they're getting an influx here of great players to help bolster that side. But yeah, they're not all accustomed to this surface, so while over time they could become fantastic carpet players, a lot of them, turf is what they're best at, and you're going to be playing finals on turf, so you don't want to be setting yourself on the back foot at the cost of what happens in the business end.
And Salisbury's done the smart thing here. They've got their undercover service. They can play throughout the year, whatever else.
Yeah.
But they've got a couple of fantastic grass greens behind us here. So really, the fact is that you're dead right. You should play the majority of your games, or as some clubs do, use the mix of the two green services to their advantage.
Yeah, you think of Rosewater in Division 1 in South Australia. They actually play their synthetic when they're against turf clubs and turf against synthetic, and to great effect. So it's something that can be used, and obviously you got an entire off season to use it.
Yeah. So look, I think there's a bit. They just picked up a 3, and I think they're looking. Well, Closey's asking, do you want to go power play? He's obviously feeling it. He's feeling good.
Well, exactly. I mean, they've not even allowed the Pirates to score at this stage, and they capitalise on the power play. You can almost get a lady out to start singing some dulcet chords to drown us out.
Yeah, with all fairness, if she's not singing, she's definitely warming up in the background. If they pull off a multiple here with a power play at 11 zip after 4 ends.
It's only going to be a bloodbath from here on.
But like I said, it all comes undone if the other 2 rinks don't get the job done.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And still early days, but with the power play being cold, this is the perfect opportunity for the Pirates to sort of rain on their parade a bit, and they ruin that chance for double points. Gets on the board, it gets into the head of the players somewhat, and it gives them something to build on. You find yourself getting down a bundle early. It takes a lot of work and a lot of focus so you dig yourself out of that hole.
And I'm sure plenty of people that are listening and watching the stream probably found themselves in a similar position. I'm sure there's a mountain of stories where people have dug themselves back out of that hole for wins. But I can tell you that reality is you need some stuff going your way.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're down a 0-11 hole, okay, to dig yourself out of that, you have to have stuff that's going to... The bowl gods are starting to smile.
Oh, exactly. And not only that, you're playing against 2 of probably the biggest front runners that when they're in charge...
Tails up.
Tails are up. It's only going to be even... You were going to climb K2 and it turned into Everest.
Exactly. But, look, and Ash Close, as I said, look, he's probably been in a mentoring with Max Kleinig at the Holdfast Boat Club, your club, for someone like Josh. So it goes to show when 2 players are in sync together.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that that's probably a better combination than say, a Wayne Rudiger playing with a Max Kleinig?
Yeah, exactly. That you develop that bond in your own clubhouse and that sort of chemistry, and that's just something that you spend enough time together with someone. Naturally, you're going to develop a bit of a camaraderie and learn how each other's styles of play go, and work around that, and create something special. And, yeah, I mean, I think back to my first season at Holdfast Bay, which was also Josh and Ash's, and we were all in a rink together. Ash skipping, me 3, Josh leading. Now Josh is the one at the helm, and I'm here calling the shots.
Good to see Mark Sharman listening and watching in from wherever he is. So good to see you watching, Mark.
Yeah, welcome to the Sharmanator.
Yep. Look, interesting again, going away from the clubhouse. You would pick Ash Close as being on it or right around it every end. But now again, we're on that odd end going away from the clubhouse. It's changing up.
Yeah, and now Adam holding shot with a very good position ball behind.
Yes.
Josh, interestingly, playing under that where there's a risk of slicing Jack, but they're up, they're feeling it. That's you can get away with playing those somewhat riskier shots when you're in this sort of position. If they work, they're going to work dividends. If they don't, you're not really hurting yourself too much.
Well, interesting here. I mean, he's got that bowl to come with it slightly, hold a 3. That's going to make it harder, put a bit more pressure. You know what? That's actually not a bad bowl. Not sure what's happening at home, but we seem to be breaking our toys here at the ground. So
I think they'll be confiscating them from us going forward.
I think we're going to get a baked bean can and a string given to us for the next game.
A very long one.
Well, look, so hopefully we did in the last game have a chat about the Wasleys Bowling Club and what did happen with them, but let's hope that he's finding this string, because I know that they're there watching and the guys at Payneham are watching, so look, hopefully this is better. I've been told by Mark Easton that the commentary sounds more like the Comedy Hour, so there's no more alcohol for us.
Yeah, anything further, we'll be getting our own fringe show next season.
Yes, it's obviously West End, beautiful drop.
Yeah.
They built a brewery on that beautiful water, that's what they made out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And a lovely segue, I must add.
Absolutely. You know, they do Christmas lights and a pageant, take the kids down there every Christmas.
It's a family-run business.
It's a family game, family business. We're in.
It's something the family can enjoy.
Mate, you can come out here to Salisbury and the family.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to too and go home alone. Anyway, moving right along.
There's a Christmas joke there, but we'll leave it.
It's late at night, the kids should be in bed.
Yeah, exactly. Hello to Dave Rankin. Thanks for tuning in. Mike Waldash, go Rogues.
Yes, they're missing you, Dasher. They really are, mate.
Especially if Hilly plays an absolute bomb right there. Ripped Josh's out. Definite one, maybe 2.
Picked up a 3.
Picked up a 3. There we go.
A 3.
So
yet again, breaking our toys. Is he the technical support not happy with us breaking the toys? She's given us a bowl of string and said, start eating those baked beans.
And I think everything will be bubble wrapped going into next week as well.
Yeah, so what we've actually done to improve the stream, guys, is to go down to one camera, move from end to end. Like I said, between now and Sunday week when we're back here for the double header, we'll have a look into that, because obviously we want to give you the best production we possibly can. Look, thanks for your commentary. But in reality, we know we can actually do better.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, naturally, all new things aren't without growing pains. But, for my money's worth, I think to have overcome the earlier obstacles this quickly, I think is only a good thing.
So the interesting thing, though, for those that are interested in the technology boost, just remember buying the paper every Sunday. We still do that. We do more and more of this coming in. So it's been an enormous leap in a very short period of time. We can actually start watching these games.
Yeah, exactly.
There is some talk about some Prem 1 games being streamed, possibly.
Yeah, and with Bowls SA being next to Holdfast Bay, I'll certainly put my hand up to film them.
Maybe you can get one of those little GoPros in your hat while you're playing.
We are, funnily enough, there was a night game a few seasons ago where we were playing Grange at night, and someone had actually flown a drone and was hovering them over the green while we were playing, and not only was it distracting, but it turned out one of the members was just sitting in the car park watching.
Well, while we were there talking, the number one Forbes in the family's dropped one right on behind.
Yeah, he's done well. Naturally, Adam's proven himself time and time again in the big smoke, but what remains is can he perform under the scrutiny of his younger brother?
Yeah, well, that's yet to be proven.
The jury is still out for all money's worth.
Let's just hope he hasn't got a good data plan and doesn't watch the replay.
Yeah, works for a tech company, so I think he's got a reasonable one. Jeff Langley, come on DJ, get those Tigers close. Adam from the Nearriatpa Tigers in the Barossa Valley, also rocking the Richmond Tiger Henselite Dreamlines. Amanda Hill, Cameron and Ryan Hill cheering on Andrew. That's Andrew's two sons. I've had the pleasure of meeting them both a number of times. Lovely kids. And hello to you as well, Amanda. Beryl Delwo, please update single score. It is currently 5-4 in favour of Simon Dora after 6. So,
and of course, Closey answering back with an absolutely cracking bowl.
An absolute horn there. As Hilly walks past, we'll try and give him the loving support from home.
And of course, William Power watching it from Sydney. Thank you, William.
Hilly very focused. The kids say hello, Hilly. They're tuning in.
Thumbs up from Dad.
Dad gives a thumbs up and says, "Watch and learn, boys."
It's about to be a lesson.
Whether it's good or not remains to be seen, but he's confident.
Oh, here we go. Here's the lesson. Lesson plans delivered. It's actually interesting because, you'd pick that bowl to come right in at the start of the night. So let's see what that's going to do.
Tell you what.
It's only weight only. It was weight only.
That's one heck of a lesson to administer. So
if I only waited, it would have hit.
Yeah, precisely.
So
John R. Ross watching from Pelton. Thanks for tuning in. Brent Kelly. What about the other game? Difficult to see the scores.
Which is the other game?
That's the Heisen Comets v Northern Knights.
Which we are not. We could lie to. We know the scores of what's going on over there, but it's
I think
8-3 in the pairs.
12-8 in the singles.
8-3 in the pairs for Heisen. It's 12-8 to Heisen, and unfortunately the coach, who's larger than the size of a Mack truck, is moving out of the way now. I can hear the beeps. 8-2, so they're up on all 3 rings. Tell you what, you wouldn't want. Geez, I thought I had some side. That guy would absolutely drown me out.
I mean, I've got to go to work with him on Monday, so careful what you say. You might tune in later.
Yeah, well, you're screwed, Forbes.
Yep. Tim, if you're listening, I won't be in.
I am sick.
I think the cliche answer is Lawn Bowls is the winner in the Comets Knights game. Going back to the Rogues Pirates, the Rogues are leading in every discipline. Max Kleinig and co in the triples are up 7-4 on 5.
It is interesting how we can run up. I'll tell you now, he has absolutely nothing to lose here. The reality is he's got great weight control. He only has to hit DJ or Adam Forbes' bowl out there. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. I mean, they're already holding shot, nothing to lose. Even a bad bowl will probably slice Jack, and they'll still maintain it.
Score ticks over to 3-12 against the Pirates.
Yeah.
So Josh in the commanding seat there. It shows you how good Closey he goes. You know what? I'm going to put that kiddie through traffic.
Yeah, precisely.
He must practice on the corner of Anzac Highway in Brighton.
He does live on that area, so...
Well, actually lives around the corner from me, funny enough.
Yeah.
I've often tell him to turn his music down. If I can hear his music, I've got very good hearing.
Well, he complains about you at the junction, and you complain about him at the highway, so...
There you go.
Competing in more than just bowls, it seems. Josh sporting some new shoes, as I learnt in the Holdfast group chat today. He was giving everyone immense pressure to go down to Jack High and purchase them.
Interestingly, again, I'm always going to call it the next time that they go that way. I don't reckon Closey will get within 2 feet, 3 feet. I'm almost going to predict that because that just seems to be the way it's going across all the players here tonight.
Oh, exactly. It's definitely being the more troublesome end.
Commentators are silent. Well, that's the best bit. You're missing the best bit. You still can't hear us saying it.
There we go. Our commentators are silent. Wife has control of TV. What's going on?
No one's bigger than you, TJ. Thank you, Dasher, is not what I mean, but you know what I mean.
Michelle Gator Johnson, go Coug. Obviously, that was probably the other big bit of news. Simon Gator Johnson recently announced his signing at Holdfast Bay for this coming season, so... on behalf of the Bays, we welcome the Gator Johnson family into the Bay movement, and and family, I would guess, is the more appropriate word. Adrian Menzel interruptions again. I believe that's more the camera setup.
Adrian, there are interruptions. We're going to one camera each time. We took your advice and doing everything we can. Happy to get your advice down here, mate. We are baked bean and string of alluded to technology here, so we are not in the driver's seat.
We may even develop fire at some point over the course of the evening.
I'm going to make a hammer.
If we make a hammer, we might get our own Marvel movie.
So, look, after the leads, that lead bowl, and again, if you have a look at that, 2 bowls, maybe 3 relatively close around the area, at really 50%, and the guys who are coming back to the clubhouse again, as I said, time again, are a lot closer.
Yeah, they're just finding it. Seems to be a much more easier way. And I mean, it could just be a psychological thing in the desire to perform for the crowd.
I think by the looks of that one, maybe Adams just tried to tighten it up a bit to adjust for that hanging, that top green. And
I think so.
And it's just released.
He was sort of... he was through with all 3. I guess with Ash already being reasonably close, you don't want to be falling short and giving Andrew nothing. So
yeah, and as I said before, if you have a look at that,
there we go.
If you have a look at that again, as I said, as a skipper, you're on the mat like Andrew is here. You're down on the board. Your opposition skip has just sat one right next to your leads bowl. You know, you probably don't even have an option to go big at that. You'd have to hit it, say at 4 o'clock on Coog's bowl or Ashley's bowl to even send the kitty out.
Yeah, well, your only other option is to split them and back yourself to the draw bowl inside the third.
It's probably split on the four. Well, he's going to have to split on the. If Andrew Hill's going to do that, he's going to have to split on the forehand at weight under his own bowl. He's just left there a tad short. We'll split them out.
With only 2 bowls to come left from him, it's now or never really.
Yep.
So yeah, I would be expecting him to play weight. They may have something different in mind, but. Anyone got any ideas on the best lures and barra on Roper River for next weekend?
Yeah, use our internet sender.
You can bait anyone with a bad internet connection.
Thanks, Dasher. Love you too, mate. Of course, I'll be seeing Dasher up at Moonta when we go up there for our trials at the end of August. Always a great trip. Brilliant club players, and the greens are superb.
And to Bushy Carter for the fishing tips. Unless that was a genuine question, I wasn't sure if he was giving us advice on what to do next weekend or not.
And maybe that's what he's doing now.
Quite possibly.
And appears to have a better internet connection than us.
I suppose there's infinite instruments to make baked beans and string out on a fishing boat.
The way I fish, that's all you're going to eat. So, it's very interesting down there at the moment. There's been a bit of a change down there. So, he's pretty surgeon-like on this one. Be careful not to move too much around down there.
Yeah, Hilly looking to get second if not third wood, but poised himself into a position where he can play onto his own and either push Jack through or at least get one of them out. So he's got a couple options there. I definitely wouldn't be short if I were him. Wouldn't be going massively flat out either.
Just had a bit of information. Mallee Pirates, Dave Carter, golden rule in lawn bowls, little circle to the inside. I think that appears to have gone a little bit wayward in the triples over there. Wrong bias.
So perhaps us not being selected was a bit something that
I don't know.
We might have justified our position by not putting down a wrong bias tonight.
Tell you what, just on that, Andrew Hill comes through, gets the absolute clean hit, and manages to at least break it up a bit. He probably changed it from 2 to 1.
Yeah, fantastic shot too. think we could probably bring in a bit of a golden rule of our own. If you actually put a wrong bias down in the featured live stream game, I think that might be a $10 penalty.
$10 will do something embarrassing on camera.
I'm so glad I got him.
Yeah.
So that's we nearly had a guest speaker there for a minute, just come dancing in.
Well, we haven't had an interview.
We haven't had a guest speaker yet, but Bianca from Bowls SA thought she got the camera.
Is that?
The camera seems to be working better than the internet, so we might use that.
Yeah. We should get someone to be the inaugural super sub, is what I'm affectionately calling the guests.
So, Bianca, how are you finding tonight's action? Big build-up. You guys have done a lot of hard work in the office. How's it feel?
It feels great. I think it's great atmosphere, good music. Me and Studs did an amazing job there.
Not that Studham on the green. He's doing an amazing job out there at the moment. No, the better Studham. Mate, you concentrate on your game.
Yeah, and
let us make the jokes, you do the bowls.
We can't censor anything you say either, so...
Yeah, we're live, mate.
Keep it PG, keep it under 18.
It's a family show, buddy. So we've got the great Josh Studham joining. Oh, that's it. By the way, it's an Uber or taxi. Your choice.
Yeah, the inaugural taxi of the tournament. We're having a... Who would have thought we'd get this many
We've
firsts?
got a three-legged chair. We've got taxis coming in left, right and centre.
There
are men falling down everywhere here. It's a great atmosphere.
We've got a wrong bias. We've had a maximum count. I don't think there's many firsts left to have yet.
I don't know. Maybe we actually commentary some game. That'd be a first.
Yeah. I think all that's left is one of us to make a Freudian slip, but let's try and stay on the straight and narrow.
I've probably got my money on which one that's going to be.
Yeah, I'll put money on myself as well.
No, I wasn't picking you. I think if we went out to the wider audience, I know where the money would be lying.
Not sure if that's the running poll we want to be starting right now.
No, probably not the atmosphere we want to create around the Super League. Who's gonna get the slip?
Super League uncut.
Yes. Yeah, get it on DVD at Kmart. $12.95.
Only at 1 a.m.
Okay, Josh looking up at the heavens there, realises there's a roof over there and decides, no, I better look down here.
Yeah.
Because he probably stared right up into one of those lights.
Yeah, blinded by the light, so it remains to be seen if he can still bowl after that, because they are glaringly bright. There's one of them beams down into the tent right here.
Oh, there goes another freight train joining us on the way past the club.
The freight train said great bowl DJ after his shot bowl earlier.
Yep. So you've got the Mallee Pirates holding one there. And again, that green really must be challenging.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we saw Dwayne and Renata leading so strongly in the first game. I think that it's only getting more difficult as the night goes on. I mean, these two guys are two of the most decorated around, and clearly showing there's a bit of trouble. Andrew Hill draws a second shot, gliding just off Adams.
Of course, both Studhams are awesome. Yes, they are, but we could only pick on one at a time.
Yeah,
we are not multitasking.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Nathan of the Studhams is working, so we don't want to be insulting him. So, unfortunately, Josh is the target for tonight.
Ridicule.
Good evening to Lisa as well, or Mrs. S as she's affectionately known at Holdfast. And Josh Studham, and take a bow.
That would go from 1 down to 4 up. I reckon he's actually holding 4 there.
That was a fantastic shot.
That's cracking.
I think that probably may match Hainsey's bowl for shot of the night. Although maybe Carter's wrong bias is bowl of the night. I think.
I don't know if we got that one on film though. But well, you know what, we can talk about Dave Carter. I think he's from Modbury, wrong bias.
Wrong bias county.
Yep. We'll make sure after the game we'll need to ask him if he did bowl that wrong bias or not.
Yeah, maybe some dust got in his eye. Who knows? Andrew Hill responding under pressure.
Ooh, he's cut that in half. Cut it from 4 to 2.
Cut it from 4 to 2. You can't ask for much more. Still has a bowl to improve on as well. So
Coog's asking for the same bowl. And just like lightning, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Josh, known for striking twice, just needs a touch in his own, and he's got a great shot, and he's travelling well. Yeah.
And yet again, as I said before, look, we're in 7 ends. We're twice way through the game we were before, and there's still that devil, and that 6 in the first end is still haunting them.
Yeah, exactly. And they've steadied the ship. They're not dropping numbers. They're they need to start really stringing some ends together, especially with the other two games being tight. This is the one that's proving to make or break both teams. Bruce Rankin overall score
27 to 19 in favour of the Western Rogues. That's my quick mathematics.
Yeah.
There's no overall board, so my shoe did have to come off.
Mine did, and I still couldn't count high enough. Josh Sutton with a great effort here. Just out of the count, but still.
Had it fallen, it might have been a different story.
Yeah.
But,
Three quality bowls from the young lad. Only one of them really made the impact that it was probably deserved, but no, he's all. When he lets it go, very rarely are they not in the zone.
Of course, Bruce Rankin wants to know the overall score which was given, and Mark Sharman, of course, Joshy bagged 9 goals as well from forward pocket a couple of weeks back. Not bad. Well, look, he can bowl, he can kick goals.
What people fail to realise is the following week he got dragged for not even touching the ball, only last week.
Well, there you go. Mark Sharman seems to have left that one out of the equation.
Yeah, so he did start 2 weeks ago, bagged, I think it was 9 goals 3. But yeah, last week he said he got dragged at half time because he couldn't even get a touch. Yep. Although he did get a photo in the local paper, but also noted that he couldn't even take that particular mark. So yeah, Josh proving to be a jack of all sporting trades, and from our little mess arounds at the Bowls Club, a pretty able cricketer as well.
And there you go, as predicted, I was wrong.
Yeah.
The other way.
Yeah, Closey with his first one outside 2 feet.
Yeah, no, I think that he's probably around 18 inches to 2 feet out, but you know what, still serviceable.
Yeah, exactly right.
Adam Forbes, of course, probably the winner in this one for the first bowls. Probably would have preferred something round behind that head with your first.
Exactly, and Adam led his entire state career, I think, spans to the sum of roughly 114 games for South Australia, led every single one of them. So
I like the way you say roughly 114.
Yeah,
very precise number there.
I knew he cracked 100, and I'm pretty sure he got into the tens.
Yeah. And of course his career's not over because he's out there bowling now.
Yeah, exactly. So one-time state triples champion and 3-time state pairs champion was Scott Thalborn. Usually wins it if Scott remembers to put the entry form in. I believe it's happened twice they've forgotten to enter.
Yep, singles. The single scores 11 to 7 in favour of Simon Dorr.
Haley Studham, his head is already big enough. We're not sure which brother you're referring to there. You might have to round it up for us. Grenville Dietrich, triples.
So obviously interested in Sammy Dietrich's score. Sam and Maxie are up 8-6 on the 7th end, Gren. So thanks for tuning in, buddy. Of course, Grenville Dietrich has been on the Bowls Exposed show a couple of times. Actually, one funny show, 100% of the show got left on the cutting floor by the producers, Grenville and I, and it had to be re-filmed.
Too hot for TV.
It was actually when Bonds SA was awarded the responsible service of alcohol, and of course, to have the two people on that show to announce that they'd won it, Grenville Dietrich and TJ Saunders, probably wasn't the best staffing or thing that they could actually do. So,
yeah, that's definitely an interesting choice of cast. And I imagine if you had backing music, it'd be the best instrumental show of all time from all the censoring.
I wasn't so much saying it was just more the content. We did offer to come and assist income stream for clubs, and I think that it was admirable with Grenville and myself to pump up the bar. Evidently that wasn't the spirit of the show, so look, it was actually quite interesting because the producers actually rang Mark Easton and said, look, the show's been done, we've announced it, but I really think you need to watch the show. And of course Mark's a very trusting man, trusted my judgment emphatically, and said no, just air it. And the producers begged him to watch it. I did get a phone call the next day where suggested that we might need to refilm that.
And Grenville replies, cheers TJ.
Not a problem, Gren.
Clearly an indictment of some sort. So I guess that's why we got a legal team behind us to
Absolutely.
prove what we can and can't say.
It is actually interesting. They are building in numbers behind us as the night goes on.
I feel like there's a class action lawsuit coming towards us both.
I did say someone. I think the support team are trying to work out how to get a dump button. I just think that someone will be sitting on it all the time.
Yeah, if you want to hear some commentary, don't give us a dump button. We're whilst not happening just yet, we're happy to announce our first official super sub, I guess we could call it. Be interviewing at the conclusion of this end. Andrew Hill's going to come over for a quick chat. So, Amanda, if you're still watching, get the boys in front of the computer right now. So we probably field a few questions.
So, who do we have coming in to replace him? Do we know?
Not entirely, unless Brady Slater plans to dust off the cogs.
Brady looks asleep.
Yeah, he does. He hasn't moved all night, I don't think.
I actually think this coach is asleep. He's done well. That's awesome.
That's what you want for a coach, someone that trusts his
players. But of course, if Brady Slater does sub in for the opposition, that would be another first.
Yeah, precisely.
I think we've. I don't know who from the Mallee Pirates.
I've forgotten who the coach is too, eh? And Josh Studham, take a bow. do it for the vine.
Still a couple down.
Josh saying needed all of it rather than the side on. But yeah, the respot still proved to be 2 down. And Hilly looking to consolidate out of third.
You coming off,
and tell you what, a quality shot from Andrew Hill, and a fitting way to come off. We introduce you as a super sub.
So Andrew, thanks for joining us quickly, mate. Look, we got told from Adrian Green in the first game that the green did start to get tighter, started to slow up. Has it actually continued to get tighter and slow up as your game's gone on?
I don't think it's changed a lot during our game. We're just not finding it, obviously.
So tips, secrets, what are we doing?
We're going to get Forbes into the game.
Bring him straight in, you reckon?
Yep.
Get him in, get him hot.
Go long, go hard.
Power end. Do we expect the power end soon?
We might save it for a little bit, yeah.
Yep. I was saying earlier on, and tell us that they started off on the first end with a 6, and that, fun enough, as we see now, is actually the difference in the game. 9 ends in, so we're halfway through. One end makes the difference at the moment.
Yes, certainly does. So we probably need to start a little bit better on that first end. Struggled a bit.
I think though it says that you've knuckled down, and even though we've seen some really good bowls by the guys that you're playing against, you guys are still pretty consolidated in the ends following that first one.
Well, that's the thing I've noticed. Aside from that first end where the 6 is obviously taken, it's been tight for the rest of the game since. You've not allowed them to break away any further. It's just a matter of getting yourselves back into the rhythm of things.
Yeah, and as soon as they called that power play when they're 11 zip up, we knew we had to win that end because it could have been the game if we didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, and responded in kind. Now, we've got Amanda here saying the kids are in front of the computer. Do you have any words to send back to the loved ones back home?
Just a shout out to Cameron, Ryan and Emily, and g'day to Amanda.
There we go.
Brilliant, mate.
They're very, very proud. I'm sure they're no doubt cheering very loudly back at Berry, and probably got Glossop rather, and no doubt the neighbours are banging on them to tone it down a little.
Yeah, I'm sure they would be. Shot Forbesy.
Great 2 starts from the big bro. What's it like playing against, obviously Ash and Adam, former club mates from your time at Marion? What's it like rustling up against them after, a few years apart?
Well, it's been a long time, 10 years since I've played at Marion now. So
there we go.
It's been a long time apart from Cougar and of course Forbesy, but I do catch up with him a little bit in our zone games and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it's good fun.
There you go. I was going to say the chemistry's like you've not been separated all that long. It's like a fresh marriage.
Dave O'Shaughnessy, obviously, come on, Hilly, you can do it, mate.
Sure can.
So there's a fair support out there, mate. So look, Cougs looking to consolidate his third bowler now.
Cougar getting his trot on.
Thanks, Cougar. Thanks, guys.
You've dealt with that enough from me, Cougs.
Good luck, mate.
You should be used to it by now. I think that was our first use of the dump button from Closey there.
Yeah.
Basically indicating my brother and I are always short. Actually, I mean, when Closey stands at 6'2", most people are short to him, so...
Yeah, well, look, it's interesting, as Hilly said. As I said, reality is one end the difference at the moment. That's that first end, the 6 shots, makes a difference. And you know what? You said you're going to drop a big number, drop it early in the game, but it is now haunting. It's halfway through the game, so right now, good time to sit these two balls. Got an option. He can actually play weight, put them out, and hold two.
Absolutely, there's a great option there. And yeah, so now that it's past halfway, you've got to really look to risk a little to scared. Yeah. As Cameron Dixon loved me to say, scared money don't make money. So you've got to start taking the educated risks to really pick up a 2 here, a 3 there, and really time your power play appropriately. Naturally, you're against quality bowlers that can counteract that on a whim, but
it was interesting. Hilly really didn't seem keen to use his power play at the moment.
Yeah, I think probably, and I think that might be a smart thing as well. They've not got into their full mode of momentum just yet. Played an unfortunate shot there to go 3 down. I think the main thing is to try and drill back a few shots. And, he's got one chance to rectify what happened there. If they can get within striking distance, use it then.
Just before we get asked, and I'll just check there, absolutely, some scores would be nice. Typed, please. Well, we don't have the capacity to type. We'll get someone from Bowls SA to type them up there when they finish eating their McFlurries.
Yeah, Bowls SA went on a bit of a Macca's run and left us out.
Yeah, obviously we're invisible.
I think they were just scared of the budget.
Do we look like two guys that can't eat?
Yeah, I mean we're fading here.
How about a chicken McNugget? Throw them out a nugget.
I think.
Look, there we go. I mean, he has to change that up, and
takes all bar one out. Possibly a measure of 2, but from where we're sitting, only appears to be the one shot.
I'll tell you what, if he gets the ultimate drag here, he can bring that back to a 4.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I can't see why Josh wouldn't even give it a go.
Actually, no, the coach is awake.
The coach is awake, Brady Slater.
We've seen him, we found him. We had your peg asleep.
He actually looks like he's been asleep. He's got the hoodie over. Want to become the second ever super sub?
So, just to give you an update on the scores of the singles, it's a 11-12, and that is to Simon Gator-Johnson. So he's fought back.
Yeah, it's been neck and neck all game long, and I've even seen him. If one chases the bowl up on the crossover, they're high-fiving each other. There's great camaraderie in that little showdown. And that's another great thing. While, yes, this is arguably one of the most competitive things amongst all the state's elite players, they're all heavily respectful of each other as players, and, whilst the competitive juices are flowing, they're all good friends at the end of the day.
Just going through some of the comments here, and
just yell out the scores and we'll type, boys.
Well, perfect. Well, I'll tell you now, Josh Studham decides to get in the way of that score, but
unfortunately we can't get Josh to move.
I can tell you the triples are 6-12 in favour of the Western Rogues. 11-12 in favour of the Western Rogues for the singles,
and 15-8 in favour of the Rogues in the pairs.
So thank you, Dave Sims.
Thanks to Dave Sims for his contribution and assistance there. And after this end, which granted is a while away, we'll be introducing probably the more well-known Studham, even though one works for Bowls SA, but state singles and pairs champion Josh will be coming over for a quick chat. This one I think will need a dump button for sure. He's got a bit of a mouth on him when he's running.
Are there any women bowling for the Pirates? Well, Dave Carter. No, there's not, unfortunately. Look, as you know, there are women in each of the teams, but the selection's based. You can only get 6 people in, and there are a few teams that have gone out there with men only. Don't read into it; it's just selection.
Yeah, I think. I mean, a lot of the teams came into this game strategically, naturally being round one. You want to put all your marquee players in, perhaps, or you get. Rotate your young ones in, because if it doesn't go well, you got the rest of the season to recover from if it doesn't go to plan. So very interesting way that the coaches will be putting this all into perspective and working it out.
Yeah, well, Ash, close here to get consolidated there and putting one right in a good spot behind the head.
And Ash, I must have a quick word with Ash when he does a crossover again. Never one shy of a comment, that's for sure. And Adam Forbes with... You
might want to ask your brother if he wants some bowls grip or something.
Yeah.
Not allowed to use it on this, by the way.
Really?
No bowls grip allowed.
So, back to the old-fashioned silk linen glove.
Well, maybe. Wet towel?
Yeah, Yeah, just something to put a bit of
moisture on the fingers.
Moisture on the fingers.
Yeah.
Don't wreck his concentration, White Wild Ash. You have no power over us.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Dasher, like most things, your keyboard warrior skills are very much in tune, but unfortunately, you're going to be here with us to stop us.
Yeah, no jurisdiction here now. Sharon Kane, this is open gender. Come on, fix it. Yes, it is open gender. There are women playing tonight, just not in the feature game, which the games are selected to be put on the live stream at random.
Yeah, Bruce, just quickly, there's overall scores there for you, Bruce. We just went through them not more than 2 minutes ago. Have a look through the feed. Look, Sharon, I don't know if that's actually joking or not, but look, the reality is selection. If we want to have mandatory people playing every night, well, then it actually takes effect away. People have been drafted. They're all players in here are all good in their own right, and that everyone has to play X amount of games. So I don't know how much more that they can actually do.
Yeah, there's still 7 more rounds after tonight. Yeah. So the women and the juniors, they're going to get their run.
Makes the draw farcical. Don't watch. I'm actually going to go on a limb. Look, seriously. I really don't know how you can keep everyone happy if you want to be singly approached to one gender. It's actually about the bowlers as a total. Everyone out here is happy to be here. We've got 2 juniors in every team. We've got 2 females in every team. We've got 2 country players in every team. Bowlers SA have done everything they possibly can to make it as equal as they can. I don't know what more. Please, hey, jump on board, join a committee, help out. But you know what? I think I'm being somewhat abrupt there, but I'm sorry, but we're all volunteers here. We're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. You got to be inclusive at the same time. You want the best of the best out there as well, and you're not going to substitute, say, Scott Thalborn for someone that's maybe not the same calibre as him purely for gender and whatnot. Naturally a bit of a minefield to tread, but I think a lot of things they've been implemented before to give people this chance, and and I think every team's got their juniors, the lady players. Even
sorry, just quickly, Sharon, elitist. It is elitist. This is the best players in South Australia. That I don't know I really don't know. And in all fairness, we as Stuart and I, we've said it time and time again. We're volunteers. We love doing this. We want to do it. Don't know what you wanted us and target us. Maybe write a letter to Bowls SA. I really don't know what point you're trying to make, but really not the setting, not the time. I'm sorry. These are the best players, all of them. Women, juniors, country players. We've got country players out here playing right now in front of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now. Josh, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad.
Coming between. And speaking of juniors, it's with great pleasure I introduce not only a club mate, but a great mate of mine. He's also the youngest state singles champion in South Australian history, Joshua Studham. Thanks for being the super sub.
Almost out of juniors.
Almost out of juniors.
So I don't have to say that anymore when you speak to me.
How long?
A month.
Put some respect on your name, you reckon? So
18 in a month.
18 in a month. So you're not an adult yet. So
No.
Well, I'll tell you what, you walk away and Coob just drops one straight
Better be
on
at
there.
our party. Also, Stu, make sure you come to the 18th party. You got an invite, TJ.
Cheers, buddy.
As long as it doesn't clash with this, I'll be there with
we
bells
had
on.
Andrew Hill over here before. Look, the score was, it's gone out to 12 now. It was 6 at the
12.
time it was over here.
Yep.
Mate, that 6 in the first end really sets you up.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Certainly helps heaps and put pressure on early, and you make them have to play big shots early. So you just got to stay with them and
yeah,
see what happens.
you can just go back into your own sort of rhythm now.
Yeah.
Play your own. You don't have to force anything to happen.
And if Cougs has them on, it's heaps easy if they put them on like that. Makes it easy for me.
I know from personal experience, Cougs is a good leader in pairs.
Yep, he loves it. Certainly does.
So what are your thoughts on this format?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you enjoying it? I mean, your bowls certainly seem to be you're enjoying it. So
I'm liking it out here. Good atmosphere.
DJ's just giving you some work to do, by the way.
DJ, yep, might stick that one straight in the bloody pit. Take his bowl out clean. If Ash doesn't get shot here, see what happens.
There you go.
Looks like Ash is coming over to join in the commentary.
Can I skip back so he can take his hat off for me?
Ashley Close,
Not going that good.
forever the consummate showman.
Ash has actually put that in a really good spot.
Yeah, he's actually played a perfect backwood for you there, because he knows how you love a bit of a ping.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see what I can do here.
The only thing with the higher ping rate was the internet connection earlier.
Oh, here we go.
Now draw it, bugger.
DJ, thanks for joining us, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, better make sure this bowl counts. So, Josh Studham, ladies and gentlemen. As I said,
just quickly, sorry. Just so everyone knows, we only show 2 games tonight. We've spoken with others. Over on the other rank, there have been several juniors, several women playing. As a matter of fact, the first game, Renata Clister led in the triples and did really...
Yeah, she put on an absolute clinic.
She put a clinic on. Look, fell on the wrong side of the ledger in that game, but absolutely took Dwayne Edwards, made it, really stepped up. Chris Flavel on the mat, time and time again, 1 or 2 down.
Absolutely. No, it's... and Joshy, he proves it, draws a shot straight after his interview, so clearly not intimidated by the press.
So just interested, looking over there now, and it's the Northern Knights lady playing over there at the moment. So really not understanding where they come from. Understand 100%. We all want everything we can get, Sharon. But look, tonight's not the night, it's an opening night. Look, I spoke to some of the coaches about their selection, whilst a couple of them sort of didn't want to allude to too much, but a couple of them, I had to go out with my absolute strongest players. Round 1, no one really knows what they're lining up against, and they had to go out hard.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. No other team knows the other team's selection, so you go in assuming they're playing their best. You want to win. You want to put on a demonstration of great bowling and whatnot. But this is a competition first and foremost.
This is actually an elite competition. This is elitism.
Yeah.
That's what you do at the top level. I mean, do we go out there and say, oh, look, the Adelaide Crows won, and it's good that they had the 4 B graders from the Plimpton Bulldogs or the C graders from the Foss Camden side? You've got to be the best. I'd like to use the Thunderbirds for that. Probably not. They're on a heater at the moment from the other way around. But the reality is, best of the best.
It's still the best of the best. Yeah.
Short and fat don't make basketballers. I know that because here I am. Don't make very good lawn bowlers either, by the way. No, I do standing at about 6 foot, so not that short. But look, the reality is that there's horses for courses.
Yeah. No, I'm in complete agreement.
Yeah.
And when Scott Hocking, coach of the Highest in Comments, chose to sack Cassandra Harvey, she just come back from America only this week, suffering a bit of jet lag. You're not going to get the best out of her, having just completed a 20-hour flight or however many.
We see Brianna Johnson into the lineup.
Yeah.
Cass Harvey's. We've got Karen Gatto I saw warming up here today. We've got all the junior girls. All of course, will get a run.
Absolutely. Lyndon Gator-Johnson, how is Simon Gator-Johnson going? He is currently...
Sorry, Sharon, just say who... No, they can select whoever they want. I can tell you now, they can select 6 city players, 6 country players. They can select all women. In the makeup, everyone had to have a minimum set game. So happy to I think Summerall Bowls SA was the criteria.
I believe so, yeah.
So reality is I'd just prefer to move past this, to be honest with you. I think we've probably answered it. And thanks very much for watching, Sharon. Look, as I said, 7 rounds.
Plenty of bowls to be played, plenty of people to play.
Absolutely, and we look forward to seeing all of them. They're all good in their own right, and they've all earnt the right to be here.
And going to the singles game, Simon Dorr currently leads 13-12, and narrowly just missed trailing Jack off Simon Gator Johnson's own shot bowl. So there's a tremendous standard being played in that singles game.
Josh has walked past and said 3 to him. So evidently, Coog didn't have any bearing on that end. Just Josh.
Yeah. I mean, Josh did say that he hasn't been playing all that well tonight. I suppose we could probably try and rustle Cougar over here for a retort.
Get some sort of some meaningful feedback to how he wasn't part of that.
Yeah, exactly. Bushy Carter still waiting for lure suggestions. I personally think a bit of Burley. Are we back to the fish? Are we luring us somewhere? Because a steak and a good beer would be pretty good. Bushy one right now. Actually, if you got some salmon for your fishing, by all means bring it in next week. Shelby went, and if I ever had the chance of being picked in something like this, I would want it to be on merit, not because I was filling the quota. That's
my bowl's wife, Shelby, from my club.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Shelb. But you know what? Reality is, Shelb is an absolute consummate on performance. Trains hard and does everything she can to get. And has come a long way in bowls.
Exactly.
And look forward to seeing her go that much further this season.
Precisely.
And yet again, going away from the clubhouse, I am proved a liar yet again. I'll tell you what, don't take race tips from DJ.
Yeah, although he's played an absolute horn with his first, and Ashley Close narrowly misses out on replying with one of his own. I think Adam's slowly coming into his own a little bit.
Townsville's still cranking up there. Got one of my nieces lives in Townsville. Shout out to her and Stuart, who definitely won't be watching this show. But if they do happen to pick it up, there's the shout out.
And another solid bowl from Adam Forbes there. Just landed on his own.
Reece Taylor, silver jig bush, nice and flashy for those.
Barramundi, known for going for anything with glitter on it, basically.
That would be hunting around your trophy cabinet.
Yeah, I think so. That's how Gary got caught.
Well, here we go.
Bushy goes, I see lots of Burley when the boys play. Oh, of course, country footy, always using the Burley instead of a Sharon.
Yes.
I'm glad he got my reference, because that was actually what I was going for. Not sure if Adam's holding 1 or 2, but still got it currently.
A little bit susceptible, I mean,
switches his hands here.
Still a lot of bowls to see the skips up there. Josh has probably got it on the string at the moment.
Yeah. Well, that's a fantastic third bowl, sitting right on the lip of the green.
Yeah.
You know what Josh is like. He's going to be positive with 2 of Ashes, not far behind. So the way the Jack can move on this stuff, it doesn't slow down quickly. So there's every chance that it could overshoot and go directly to DJ. Diane Hands, I am watching from Hotel Foyer in Budapest. Good balls, guys. Oh, well,
Diane, well, there you go. There we are. You win.
I think that's our first international.
So far, you're winning. Tell you what, he's actually bowled a bomb.
And Josh Studham, he's in absolute.
He's got it on the string
right now.
And lad's not even 18 yet.
Yeah, it's scary. What do you
want for your 18th birthday, Josh? Close bowls. Whoop, too late.
Hope for his 18th he wants me leading for him next season.
I'll carry his bowls.
I just want to be in that team. First and foremost, get me selected.
I'll just be 5th reserve, thanks.
I've been wanting you at Holdy for a while.
As I said, when my wife works out the bar closes at 6, mate, I'll be home by 7. She'll be loving that.
Oh, you've
I've invoked the gods
now.
Yeah,
I've invoked the gods.
Now. I've done it. She's listening too. That's it. Pack your bag, son. We're moving.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. What's the semi-finals of that? How good is this? It's pretty good for me, too.
A lot of people. I mean, I think everyone's being impressed by Josh Studham's bowling at the moment.
Yeah, he is impressive.
I'll tell you what, watching him week in, week out for the last 4 years, it's a privilege, really. I don't think I've corrupted him too much in those 4 years either.
Not that anyone can hold you criminally liable for.
No, he bowls good enough. You can kind of get away with it, I think.
I reckon Andrew's lost that one across.
Yeah, slightly tight with that.
Yeah. So Ash close, saying, look, no harm. In you come, round the pack. Round the pack's a counter.
Yeah, exactly. And the way he's bowling, this is just a run of a mill shot for him.
Yeah, if he gets this in, obviously DJ and Andy Hill are going to have to do a little bit of work in the last ends. You'd probably suspect that power play may have to get broken out.
Yeah, you got to do it now, or forever hold your peace, so to speak. Meanwhile, going to the singles, Simon Dorr now leads 14-12 on 15 ends.
Although he's getting the measure going up there.
And Max Kleinig has blown through the head but not made a result. But his triples lead 15-8 on 11. So the Rogues holding a commanding lead. The singles the only one they're down, but only by the barest of margins at this point. So
and of course Simon Grader-Jones picking up another end there.
Yeah, so and a two that equalises it.
That squares it up at 14 apiece on 16 ends.
So two ends
to go, and she's dead level. Start again, up and back.
Yeah, so I never thought we'd see draws in a singles game, but we might tonight.
Definitely lining up that way at the moment, isn't it? It's very tight over there.
Grenville Dietrich, good coverage here in Vietnam. So we've got a few internationals at the moment. So yeah, great to see that our coverage is getting reception overseas, and not only overseas but all over Australia as well. So yeah, fantastic turnout, and I think the crowd's only gotten bigger as well.
That's a cracking start. Oh, they've probably thinned out a bit. The lights have gone off over in Bega, and I think they might be having a pint.
The legal team is shaking their heads.
The legal team go, no, you can't say that.
Not saying it's cold, but they got their hands in their own pockets tonight. And tell you what, Adam. Well,
I tell you what,
that's something.
That's a response.
That's something I've seen all too often from my brother to reply with a great shot of his own. Michelle Gator-Johnson scores for the singles, please.
Just did that. 14 apiece.
Currently all square with 2 ends to play. 14 all.
Thank you. Well, good to see Naomi listening. And my old Dasher. At least someone's listening to us.
Yeah.
I feel like we're talking to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't ask for a better person to listen to.
The legal team would tell us to settle down a little bit.
Getting two rambunctious.
Yes.
Adams added a little bit of weight to his second bowl, not in a bad home regardless.
You'd have to suggest that, you're going to have to come opposite way.
Yeah,
get a sit or a drag.
And the way Cougar's been performing tonight, you got to go bowl for bowl with him. You can't let him get a few grouped together.
He's absolutely not happy with it.
He's walking off the green.
We
might be able to get a quick word from him about that one.
Sorry, he's too far away. I think he's just caught the bus back to the city.
He's caught the West End sign. I think he tried to take a swig out of it.
Thought it was live. Just tapped.
Must be a good singles game. Go Soul. Beryl, yes, can vouch the singles is being played to an incredible standard.
Let you know the singles on the 17th end, Simon Gator-Johnson is holding 2.
With Simon playing his penultimate bowl for this hand. Peter Mills.
Of course, the crowd are letting the colour inside the lines.
And Peter Mills, the beak. How you going, knackers? Peter Mills, for the less informed, Ashley Closey's wife's father, all the way from Mentone in Victoria.
How's my comments going over on the other rinks, boys?
If you made yourself available, Scotty, you'd know.
You'd know if you were here.
But shout out to Peter Knackers Mills, great bloke. Been meaning to get over to Mentone and watch the Edge playing a game. I've heard they talk even more rubbish than I do.
Trouble is, Scotty, there's a whole heap of people that aren't associated with the game that are somewhat stupid and standing in front of the scoreboards where they should be out of the way.
One of them happens to be a coach of your team, and the rest haven't.
Talking about the other men with the hat on. Well, the reception problems are no problem now. Tell Darwin to put it back on. I was only there last week in Darwin. Lovely spot.
Still never been to Darwin myself. I've gone to Alice a million times, but can't bring myself for the 4-hour flight over the two. So.
Is he? Is he? Can you get that guy away from that scoreboard that shouldn't be there? You can't see the boards.
Josh lining up, playing a bit of... Oh, okay.
See that guy?
Josh looking to get Adam Forbes' bowl out clean, and...
Yeah.
Wow.
Just get him to sit on a seat.
He opens it up a bit. The Pirates now holding 1, but it appears to be 4 seconds.
So for Scott Folburn across the rinks, 14-10 up on one rink, 26-18 down on the next, and I'm waiting for Mr. West End drinker to get out of my way because he's leaning actually against the board. I don't even know what he's doing there. He wants to get into the game. I think he's super subbing in from
I think his name is
55 purple.
Scott Felborn. How rude. Goat bad Buddha. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And
it might actually
13-14 up on the James Gregory rink. So Jimmy Gregory up by 1 in that pairs game.
Here we go. Kelly Brand live streaming while out camping at Douglas Hot Spring, Northern Territory.
Lovely.
Go Toddy and Northern Knights.
Well done.
That's fantastic. That even out in the middle of the forest.
Kelly Carroll's in Jersh's birth town. Well, at least someone knows where it is.
Actually, yeah, they came from Darwin originally, the Studhams, I believe, before moving to Port Wakefield. Not 100% sure on that, so if any Studhams listening want to fact check me, by all means. Regardless, glad of where he is right now. Playing some phenomenal.
He's holding 1 on this end, and so Simon Gator-Johnson winning that penultimate end.
Hilly sending it wide. Unfortunately, I don't even go out that far on holiday.
Can't afford the Uber.
No, definitely not.
So we've managed to remove the guy away from this. I tell you what, he's coming back to it. He's like beast to honey, that guy. It's him. It's unbelievable. This guy's just drawn to that scoreboard.
There's a magnetic impulse, I believe.
You try and situate yourself in the best part of the rink. You've sort of got some sort of VIP. That guy back to that scoreboard.
He's paying extra for it. Now, interestingly, there appears to be perhaps a scoring dispute in the singles game here. It was given 2 to Simon Gator-Johnson, which would give him a 16-14 lead on the last
end. But he
end.
did bowl the first bowl.
But yeah,
he's got his second bowl in his hand, 2 bowls on the rink, so he had to have taken shot.
Yeah, curious as to what's actually happened here.
We were all born up there.
Correct, he was born in Darwin. Ah, there we go.
He was born in Darwin. There you go. Well, you've won a dinner for 2.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's a Hungry Jack. Well, couldn't be McDonald's because we clearly weren't invited into that meal deal.
Out of Bowls SA's budget for the Macca's feed.
Yeah, couldn't even give me a nugget.
Just as well. I think there'd be a few quarter pounders between the two of us, and chips.
Yeah, and I'll make a Coke out of it too.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, the marker's in the way of the scoreboard. So, one of the Pirates in the triples games played an absolute horn and getting some great reactions from his friends that have come down to spectate.
Oh, Dory had a bit of interest in that for a while.
Yeah.
And he should do because he's holding shot.
As suspected, Simon Gator-Johnson only got a 1 in the previous end, so last end of the singles, Simon Gator-Johnson leading Simon Dorr 15-14.
Yep.
Simon Dorr appears to be holding 2 shots.
Out of his hand, and it needs to bend. Oh,
Sol just narrowly turns Dory's shot in. So Dory definitely holding 1, which will be a draw.
Dory, of course, got that prance going. Is that the Spanish or Portuguese?
Yeah, given his Geelong affiliation, I think I'll call it the Ablett.
The Ablett.
Just a bit of spring in his step, like he's getting out of a quick hardball get.
Yeah, I think Dory knows we're actually talking about him. So
You got it, Dory?
you got it covered. Got one.
Dory's holding one. Oh, he signals he's about to draw the second. There we go.
Yeah, get your chalk out, Joan.
He's feeling it now. And there's a lot of great balls in SA. I think when he's on song, there's not many more exciting to watch than Simon Dorr. He can pull some absolute miracles. I don't think any.
I'll tell you what, he's getting the thinking man pose going.
Yeah.
He's getting ready for it.
Tell you what.
Oh. I know you can't see it on the screen, but he's absolutely threaded it by a mil.
Narrowly slipped through the stream. I don't know how he didn't nail that.
So with the bowl each, just quickly in the singles with a bowl each to go, it's all tied up on the live scoreboard.
Simon Dorr holding the one, which will give him a draw if nothing changes from here. And I must say, I've seen some players walk on water, and Dory, I think, walks on water the best of the lot.
Joseph BS.
Froze. We'll refresh our screen, see if it's a universal thing or not. I went to refresh.
Sorry, guys.
Move that out of the way.
Keep talking, Forbes, keep talking.
There we go. Now, as we missed out, Simon Gator-Johnson unfortunately didn't get the shot back with his last bowl.
With bowl in hand, he's got game in hand if he can actually manage to draw that out on the singles.
Yeah, Simon Dorr holding draw and playing for win. So all rests on this one last bowl, and been a phenomenal game to watch.
Well,
Dory's
too late now. It's on its way.
Yeah, he's walking. He's pulled it short.
Nah, he's pulled it short. That's a draw.
And the Simons have a draw, 15 apiece. So another first. We have a draw in the singles. So by all means, an astonishing and an incredible performance by both Simon Dorr and Simon Gator-Johnson. Well fought out, and as they shake hands, I think they're both thinking, that was a great game to be a part of, and probably got a just result. I know a lot of times naturally you want to win, but to draw with someone after a great contest, you kind of feel a bit satisfied that it got a justified result for both parties.
You'd consider it like kissing your sister.
I don't have a sister, so...
But you got a kiss, but it was your sister.
Yeah. I know in the AFL it's dancing with your sister. But I know a few times I've had a draw and just went, yeah, that was a great game and probably deserved the result. Even though in your heart of hearts you wish you would have won.
Yeah, you can go back and review what have, could have, should have, would have, but you did what you did. It's instinctive behaviour when you go and do that shot selection, and I guess coaches will tell you just need to train better to make better instinctive decisions.
Yeah. Proud of you, Dad, from Harrison. We'll be sure to might even try and get him over to the Simons things have a bit of a tribe viewing tonight, so see if we can get a word from him perhaps. But yeah, by all means, played fantastic.
Yeah, definitely right. Interesting yet again, singles is... Good to go. So we've moved the camera down to the other end. Apologies again, but we're trying to make the best of what we've got tonight so we can go away and work on it. The Rogues holding a couple here, 16th end.
Yeah.
It's starting to become a little bit of a blowout.
They don't appear to be slowing down any time either. Current score 26-8. So.
15-minute warning. 15-minute warning.
Well, I didn't think I was going to hear that.
There we go.
So obviously, Lady Northcott needs to be somewhere tonight. 15-minute warning.
Yeah, and Ashley Close just draws a toucher for three.
For three.
Playing phenomenal so far. We did, while the stream disconnected briefly, we did actually have Simon Dorr here. Unfortunately, while he was out, he was thirsty, so he slipped off before we could actually tie him down and force him to talk.
A bottle of water or a West End beer?
I think he would have a West End beer. As long as he
So, the first time, we've got everyone running down the ring.
Yeah, everyone keen to, I think with the 15-minute warning, no one's going to be messing around anymore.
Oh, mate.
Now, one Simon...
Yeah, your fan base is the biggest all night.
Yeah, we've got an absolute tribe here. And while one Simon eluded us an interview, we got the other one, Simon Gator Johnson from the Western Rogues. Thanks for joining us as the super sub.
Thank you. You can call me Sal.
No worries. Now, 15-hole draw against one of the most decorated players. It's a bit interesting to draw in a singles game. How did it feel to be out there?
So the 18 ends is different, I suppose. So, I guess there's times where you think you could make multiples to win a game, but I guess I was counting down ends, trying to hang on, really. Dory's obviously an absolute gun. I watched your weekly show, TJ, and no one rated me, so I had nothing to lose. It was Dory's to lose.
I'm actually glad I've empowered people to go out there and try harder. That's good.
Your influence has
Well, it was
reached
actually
beyond
interesting.
you.
I walked in today and someone said, "Oh, thanks for picking us." Obviously saying, I said, "I'll be honest with you, mate. I can't remember who I picked. All I know is I didn't pick my son's team, and actually I paid for that when I got home."
I mean, Matt Northcott didn't pick his fiancée, so you're both guilty in a certain respect.
No, it was a pleasure playing Dory. He's a champion man.
Yep, absolutely.
And it looked like, and you know what, we were constantly getting asked for the scores over there and doing our best that we can to update it, but. Look across from where we're looking at it, actually looked to be a really good game.
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, there was a little bit of controversy with the power play just at the end there, but...
a little bit confusing.
So walk us through just quickly, because we actually, Stewie talked to that, we're unsure what actually happened there.
So I guess at the start of the game we got told to make the marker well aware that when we were calling our power play, and Dory called his and she didn't hear him, so I just filled her in and said, look, it's Dory's power play, not mine.
Yep.
So she knew... second to last end that I had, or coming into the last one, she knew that I had one power to play to come, and I looked at the board and I was 2 up and I should have been 1 up, so I just filled them in that wasn't right. So, too honest.
Well, no, but that's the fact
Possibly.
about integrity, and at the end of the day,
that's right.
the right result happened. At
Yeah.
least you can go home and go, you know what?
You became the people's champ as a result for your fans.
You got the moral win.
Yeah, the moral win.
The moral win.
Now, we do have some comments. Michelle says, hi, Cheesy. And we also have, hi, Dad from Haz.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so Haz is the lad. He's super keen on his bowls. He wanted to come down tonight, but I said, no, mate, you've got footy first thing in the morning and under 18's training up at Wallaroo Sunday morning. So I said, you've got a big weekend.
That's a big weekend for everyone.
Yeah. And the daughter was going to tag along if he come, and she would prefer to watch paint dry.
You could set up some
cheese.
You can set up some rice to count as well. She doesn't like paint.
Cheese is thanks to you, TJ. And a few others. They called you, I think you pronounced my surname Greater Johnson, so they're running with cheese Greater. Yeah. Not the funniest thing ever, but that's
I thought you would have been the bigger man out of that.
I was getting quite a few out there from Coog and from Maxi, so yeah.
It's beautiful. Now, earlier in the week it was announced that you were just signed with Holdfast Bay, and you're talking to the young lad players. Is he coming down for the trip as well?
No,
or?
he's not. Someone's going to stay back with my old man. So
someone's going to run
someone's got
to keep the boat afloat
after his pop. Yeah,
not
so
a problem.
He's stay back at after.
It is actually interesting that Simon says that, because in the show when that did come out of my mouth, there's no dump button, so I didn't say what I felt like saying. But my apologies, mate. As soon as I saw that, you know what? I've started right out of it. I've already caused enough damage.
You're not the first, and you won't be the last.
Simon Dawes just come into the vicinity. Dory, run us through your thoughts on the format of the game. Having a draw in a game of singles doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't. That would be the first ever, eh?
So we've had a number of firsts. We had the first draw in a singles, a wrong bias, a max count.
Who did wrong bias?
Dave Carter.
Dave Carter.
We don't want to mention Dave Carter, but we will.
Yeah,
awesome. He owes us a drink then, doesn't he?
Yeah, we also had a chair lose a leg and someone yelled taxi.
and then we've had a spectator try and get right onto the green, and
we won't talk about the spectator that had a wee around the corner as well. So, apparently the girls were.
Did that wrong bias actually disappear into the signage, or?
I'm not not too sure, but
To go inside.
They're actually going to get a golden retriever to dig it out afterwards. That's a bit of an obstacle course there.
Oh dear.
so you love the concept, guys?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Like, it's good to like have. This is a good crowd, and like you don't get that opportunity down there. So hopefully it really builds up, and I couldn't get a car park when I rocked up.
Yeah, I'd park up out in the street.
Yeah,
I
rocked up
behind the green screen.
Yeah, I rocked up late, and I parked on the green over there somewhere. So, but
You reckon we should have players parking there?
that's what I would have thought.
Priority parks.
I would have thought.
You're only in Brahma Lodge. You could have walked.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. No, it's awesome. Like, it's good to have a bit. We need to get people to the game.
Yeah, I mean, we had so many people who was killing the internet connection early. So
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's clearly a good sign of things to come. And so
it's actually interesting. I was actually thinking if it was about 10 degrees warmer, how many more people had been here. So the concept of the game's obviously wanted by spectators and players alike.
Thanks, man, Joshy.
Absolutely. No, it is. And it's like a. It's not that cold. I mean, it's been a good night, though. Like, it's a cracker of a night.
I mean, I'm not even playing, and I'm just watching, just going, "This is great." And normally for me, because I'm so used to out there playing, spectating bowls is you get the itch to want to play rather than watching.
Oh, you do. Yeah.
But
I can't watch. I have to play. So.
Yeah. I've always had that.
The 2-hour wait was it was pretty nerve-wracking.
I've always had that same feeling, but just watching you just go, "No, I'm glad it's you out there, not me."
Joshy!
I have to say, like, this is like I played for 30 years, and this is the first time in about probably 10 years I've rocked up to a game and felt a little bit nervous. So there you go.
Well, that's good.
There you go.
And that's what you want, just coming out and feeling, like, well, it's time to perform.
Yep.
So it was good.
There you go.
I like that.
Well, there you go.
How do you think I felt? Coming up to play a bloke that's played out in state games.
You're going to be approaching the record by now, Dory.
Oh, no, Rudy's got me covered. While he keeps playing, so.
So you're there. You're going to basically surpass Rudy by a few years. Take it from him.
Yeah, I know, he's got to retire now, and then I've got to put in another 5 to 10 years on it. So.
The way you're all bowling out there at the moment, there's probably a possibility. It's actually a cracking game to watch, guys.
And
I was pretty happy with that. Like, it was I love. We had a draw. If I had lost that game, I would have been happy because Simo played awesome, and I thought I played alright as well. So there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, we were commenting on the pairs game, naturally being the televised one, but we kept looking over to you guys because we just see 8 bowls. Bowls with better looking guys as well.
I reckon nearly every head was tight, and there was very few
Most bowls
bad
had
bowls.
chances to make a number.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, Simo played really good early and had a few probably big opportunities, and then I probably played better in the back end and gave myself more opportunities. So that's how you dissect the game. So, that's how I'd see it.
Fantastic.
I had a few big chances early on, and I was playing Jack High, and you had a couple just behind there to have a real crack to trail it for a few. But and that's what I was trying to get. I was trying to get a couple of feet behind to try and stop that.
The young lads just said sumo.
Nice.
So I think Simo. Sorry, that was a typo.
Simo. So Dory's calling me Simo, and at home I get cranky with people that call me Simo.
Yeah, but it's okay if I say it though, right?
Just make sure you're walking a well-lit path.
Right. One of my nicknames is Dora, so after it's like a girl's bloody preschool TV
Dora
show.
the Explorer.
But I love it.
I run with soul, Dory.
Yeah, run with soul.
Otherwise, we're walking on eggshells and sleeping on a bed of nails. How that rhymed.
Yeah. You're not a lawyer, are you?
And I'm not a fast mover, so if it breaks out, I'll be here in the middle of it.
We've got a legal team behind us.
They've become
one of my favourite series is Breaking Bad. And, he was a pretty good lawyer, wasn't he?
He was good at maths as well.
Right, I've got to shoot through.
No worries.
Well done, guys.
And just, huge congratulations to Bowls SA. Absolutely awesome concept. So. And just a quick shout out to the coach too, Mike Wildash. I'll catch up.
He actually has been commenting through the game.
He
said well done to both Simons.
He's been quite vocal. He did say take some grass next time, once or twice.
I spoke to Corey earlier on, and all the best, Mike. I was looking forward to seeing you tonight, and I hope you're recovering really well, mate.
Yeah. No, he was pretty disappointed. I know he's put a lot of work into it. So get well, Dash. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks to both Gator Johnson and Simon Dorr for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it.
That interview's going to take some beating over the season.
It is. Let's see who's going to beat that one. Well, it's week one, setting the bar, lots of firsts.
Yeah.
There's going to be lots of firsts in the week one, but I don't know if we're going to keep it close to some of them.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be against seeing a few more taxis over the course of the season.
They're pretty open. He
What
is
a great
absolutely
shot.
dead drawn ditch.
Gary Meekums, from
dead
almost maximum length, has drawn within inches.
An inch. I
on
reckon
the
it was an
ditch.
inch.
The shot bowl was already hanging over the edge as it was, and he's drawn inside
of it.
I think he did something like that in the state triples final. Real clutch bowl at a big moment.
So what's happening around the ground? Well, as we were saying, the triples over there, the Mallee Pirates pick up a shot, but the reality is the Western Rogues still have that in hand. And in the pairs, it continues last end, and the Rogues are 28-9 up with about 2 or 3 bowls to go.
Yeah, so the Rogues are fighting to hit them by 20 plus, and the Pirates are fighting to hit double digits.
Yep.
And in the Comets and Knights game,
Pairs.
the pairs is up for the Comets 17 to 15, or completed, I think, or last end.
Yep.
The singles is 26-18 in favour of the Comets again, and on the triples,
15,
it appears to be 15-14
up for the Comets.
So Comets looking to clean sweep their match with the Knights.
Yep. Still a couple of ends to go in the triples, so still could go either way. But with one game completed, up by 2 and a fair margin in the second, you'd think they've got them covered.
Yeah, it's safe to say they're home.
Probably going to have to call that one a little bit early. Sorry, guys, but that one's getting called.
Exactly, but there hasn't been as vocal a game as the Rogues Pirates game, which everyone's been getting heavily involved in. Although,
the reality, have you look at the crowd spread? The crowd is actually over on the Northern Knights versus the Comets.
I think there's something big must be happening, because the crowd slowly migrated over there. I think as this game's become a bit of a blowout
on the pairs.
That one, there's still a skerrick of hope for a close encounter, and I think that's what the crowd really want.
And Josh puts down his last bowl of the night, so he's obviously looking to make a bit of damage here.
Tell you what, almost gets the result. Adam Forbes refuses to be denied that one.
Well, actually, Adam Forbes looked really excited then.
Yeah, I think he just was happy to hit 10. So preventing a complete meltdown from Andrew Hill, they'll get to double digits.
I can't.
I think they're on their power play and trying to get a 6 here. The 12 shots won't help, but it's a bit of pride at stake, so why not go for something a bit crazy?
Yeah, he gets a 45 with the jack. He sit it for 3.
So he's let it go smoothly. He's close. Oh! Well, he tried and he almost succeeded. That was probably a 1 in a million shot as it was, let alone to get that close.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of that.
So that's curtains for the Pirates and Rogues game in the pairs. With 2 ends left in the triples. It's 1 shot for the Pirates.
One shot the difference. 17 shots the difference in the pairs. So if you look at that, the 17 shots, 2 ends, you'd probably suggest that that's untenable. I'm going to call that one the Western Rogues.
Yeah, although full credit to the Pirates triples team for fighting back, because they were down what appeared to be maybe 12 to 13 shots early, and
at one stage.
Only 1 down now with 1 to play after this rather. Yep. They fought back tremendously, and it's great.
So Shui, the pairs game. Look, we probably predicted it in the midweek show, be a little bit closer. Spoke earlier at the start of the game, felt it probably a bit closer.
I mean, as Hilly said, they dropped that early number and were on the back foot to try and get a bit of momentum going. Yeah. So naturally, when you find yourself struggling early in that kind of form, it's going to be difficult to recover from.
So Bruce, appreciate the scores for Western Rogues, mate. We've shouted them out. They're they're in there in the feed. So Western Rogues are 28-11 up in the pairs, as we've indicated on a few occasions and interviewed both Simons. 15 all in the singles, and the Western Rogues are one shot up with 2 ends to go in the triples. So in reality, mathematically, it's all over, and it's the Western Rogues. They're just going to finish out the 2 ends, but the Western Rogues will take the win over the Mallee Pirates.
Yeah. So it's been a great night. So great opening night standard wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well. Max Kleinig lets down an absolute monster of a drive and shoots the jack into a Northern Knights Heist and Comets game.
Someone goes and fetches it and comes back, and they re-spot it.
And they appear to be holding 2, maybe more.
It's almost a resting toucher now on the re-spot.
I'm not sure who that ball.
Gary Meekums is going to have to buy another one of those bombs over there.
Yeah, he drew to the ditch with his last. What can he do now?
So Stuart, look, on behalf of us all here from Bowls SA, from myself, TJ, and Stuart, thanks for listening. We will endeavour to do everything that we can. Stuart, looking forward to the next game?
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be some cracking matchups coming up in a few weeks, and I'm extremely fortunate to have been gifted this position to commentate and get probably the best seat in the house to watch a great standard of bowls.
Absolutely. All right, so on behalf of us all from the commentary team here, Stuart and myself, we'll see you next game.
See you next week.